From Dallas to Los Angeles and a screen near you, here is B Wildcat 2.
Alright everybody, we are back in the Big 14 simulation. This time around we are in week 10. Alright, it's hard to believe it's already been 10 weeks in this bad boy. We're gonna probably check out some other stuff here, like the top 25 polls and this one in this episode. So let's start out with that, and before we get into simulations, this video can be as long as I want it to be. So in the coaches and the BCS and the media, the BCS standings: Alabama, LSU, Iowa, Boise State, Cincinnati, Wisconsin, Oklahoma is the highest ranked team in the BCS at ranked 7th. The next highest team after that is Oklahoma State at 15th. And then Texas at 18th. And Texas Tech 23rd now. And West Virginia cracks the top 25 at number 25 exactly. In the coaches poll, LSU, Alabama, and we don't have Oklahoma's 9th in this poll. We got Oklahoma State at 14th. Got Texas at 18th. We have Texas Tech at 23rd and West Virginia at 25th. So kind of similar. The media poll: Alabama, LSU, Oklahoma 7th. I think this is like a similar. 15th is Oklahoma State, 18th and 19th is Texas, 22nd is Texas Tech, and 25th is West Virginia. So those are your top 25 polls. Conference standings, time to look at that. Big 12 Division A, Nebraska is tied for the conference lead with Kansas for the Division A. Both at 2 actually Nebraska, Kansas, West Virginia, Missouri, and Kansas State are all tied for the conference lead. But in the division lead, Nebraska is 2-0 against its division, 2-2 against the conference as a whole, 4-3 overall. In Big 12 Division B, Oklahoma State and Texas A&M have a 2-1 record in conference play. Texas has a 4-2 record, as well as Oklahoma has a 2-1 record. Texas Tech and Baylor, TCU. So it looks like every team is above 500 or 500 or above in Big 12 play. In Big 12 Division B, that is. In Big 12 Division A, the only two teams that are not at 500 or above are Iowa State and Colorado. So that's good for the Big 12. The Big 14. Your Heisman watch here in week 10 is your Notre Dame. Nobody from Big 14 is on the Heisman Trophy watch. Championship contenders, we'll look at this. Probably not anybody from the Big 14. 4-year outlook of championship contenders is Nebraska has a C grade. I guess that's not good, but I don't know. The BCS rankings we already looked at, toughest places to play. So let's get into the simulation now. I guess it's too early to predict bowls and stuff, so here we go. This week, West Virginia, number 25 in the country, 5-2, 2-2 in Big 14 play, takes on Nebraska, 4-3, 2-2 in conference play. Louisville and Cincinnati square off. Temple and Pittsburgh square off. Temple is still undefeated. Toledo, the Rockets, 6-2, 5-1 in MAC, take on the 6-2 Texas Longhorns, 4-2 in Big 14 play. This ought to be a good one. The winner will be the Texas Longhorns, not surprisingly, 34-0. I'm surprised at how much of a win it was by number 18 Texas, who is now 7-2, 4-2 in conference play. Toledo falls to 6-3. Arkansas takes on Ole Miss, Michigan, Wisconsin, NC State, North Carolina, Duke and Florida State, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, number 9 in the country, 5-1, 2-1 in Big 14 play, travels to College Station, Texas, to take on the 4-3 A&M Aggies, who are also 2-1 in conference play. One team will advance to 3-1 in conference, the other will fall to 2-2. Who will it be? Anything goes in this conference simulation, but this time around, Oklahoma will silence the critics. They will defeat the A&M Aggies 28-3, improving their record to 6-1, 3-1 in conference play. Texas A&M falls to 4-4, 2-2 in conference play. Alright, Oklahoma State, number 14 in the country, they are 5-1 as well, 2-1 in conference play. Travels to Fort Worth, Texas to take on the 4-3 TCU Horned Frogs, who have been surprisingly not as good as everybody thought they would be. 1-3 in conference play thus far. And we go to the simulation. What will happen? It will be the Oklahoma State Cowboys will pull off the victory 28-18 over the Horned Frogs of TCU. Oklahoma State improves to 6-1, 3-1 in conference play. TCU falls to 4-4, 1-4 in conference play. Northwestern takes on Iowa this week, Penn State and Ohio State, Georgia Tech and Rutgers, Alabama and Mississippi State, Washington and Oregon State, Boise State and Wyoming, and USC and Arizona they close out the top 25. I cannot speak today. The other Big 12, Big 14 games include Baylor. They are 4-4, 2-2 in conference play, traveling to Iowa State to take on the Cyclones, who are 2-4, 1-2 in conference play. Who will get the victory this time around? Either way, one of these teams will have 5 losses by the time this game is over. It will be the Baylor Bears falling to 4-5, 2-3 in conference, with a 31-21 loss to the Iowa State Cyclones, who improved to 3-4, 2-2 in Big 14 play. So good win, big win for Iowa State there. Kansas 4-3, 2-2 in Big 14 play. They travel to Boulder, Colorado, to take on the Buffaloes, who are 2-5, 1-3 in Big 14 play. How will this game fare out? It will be Colorado will pull off the upset, 23-21, barely by the nail of their teeth. Do they pull this one out? They probably should have won by 3, but they got a touchdown and a field goal, and their touchdown they missed the extra point. So Colorado falls to 4-4, 2-3 in Big 14 play. Or no, that was Kansas. Excuse me. Kansas falls to 4-4, 2-3 in conference play. Colorado improves to 3-5, 2-3 in conference play now, thanks to that big win. Kansas State 4-3, 2-2 in Big 14 play. They travel to Franklin, Missouri, to take on the 5-3 Missouri Tigers, who are 2-2 in the conference as well. One of these teams is going to have 3-2 record. The other is going to have a 3-2 record in conference play. One of these teams is going to have 4 wins. And once this game is over, and it will be Kansas State, they will pull off a 37-27 victory over the Missouri Tigers, improving Kansas State's record to 5-3, 3-2 in conference play. Missouri falls to 5-4, 2-3 in conference play. Now West Virginia, number 25 in the country, 5-2, a 2-2 record in the Big 14. They travel to Nebraska to take on the 4-3 Cornhuskers, who are also 2-2 in conference play. One of these teams will have 5 wins after this game is over. If Nebraska wins, they will have 5 wins. If West Virginia wins, they will have 6 wins. One of these teams will be 3-2 in conference play after this game is done. One of them will be 2-3. What will happen? It will be Nebraska. They pull off a nice upset, 26-13 over the West Virginia Mountaineers. West Virginia falls to 5-3, 2-3 in conference play. Nebraska improves to 5-3, 3-2 in conference play now. So that's it for Week 10. You guys, come back next time. We will take on Week 11 and get that much closer to ending this season in this simulation. So I hope you guys enjoyed Week 10, and I will be talking to you guys again soon. Peace, guys.